Hi, it's Jessica Loomis with Infinity Insurance Partners. I hope that you're having a great week and a great end to January. Where does the time go? I am here to talk to you about what questions you should be asking your broker at renewal. I think a lot of business owners do struggle with the right questions to be asking your broker to maybe even keep them on their toes. So I thought I would come up with just a few questions to be asking the broker to make sure that things are going along smoothly and they're doing a good job for you. One of the questions that I think is important to be asking your broker is how many carriers do they have access to that are interested in insuring your industry. If they only have one or two carriers, maybe you should be looking for a broker that has access to at least five carriers that are interested in insuring your industry. Another question you should be asking your broker is how often are they shopping your insurance? And how many carriers are they going to when they shop your insurance, and getting a list of those carriers that they went to and their responses to the market. Another question that I think is probably one of the most important questions you should be asking your broker at renewal is what exclusions and endorsements are on my policy? Have they added any exclusions? Have they put any endorsements on the policy that might affect my coverage? I can tell you right now, insurance carriers oftentimes add exclusions and endorsements to the policy that can negatively affect your coverage. So it's something that you should definitely be doing at every renewal, identifying exclusions and endorsements that might affect your coverage negatively and expose you to liabilities you weren't expecting. Another question that people don't consider when they're looking at their insurance is co-insurance. Asking your broker, do I have co-insurance on my buildings? If I do have co-insurance on my buildings, what percentage of co-insurance do I have? And if I do have co-insurance, are my building limits adequate to circumvent the co-insurance? If you don't know what co-insurance is, then you definitely need to be asking your broker what co-insurance is, if you have it, and how to handle it from there. Another question and thing that you should definitely be reviewing at renewal is your deductibles. I don't know if you've noticed, but we have been having a lot of weather and different weather in the last couple years. A lot of carriers are adding 2% deductibles on wind and hail. They're asking to increase deductibles, and that may not be being disclosed to you at renewal. So these are questions you definitely want to be asking your broker. You want to be increasing your deductibles. No longer do you want a $500 deductible on your auto. You may be wanting to consider a $2,500 deductible on your autos, especially if you have a larger fleet. On property, if you have large building values, you definitely want to consider a $5,000 to a $10,000 deductible, and maybe putting a 1% deductible on wind and hail. Another thing that you definitely want to be considering at renewal and that isn't discussed often enough is business income. Business income is something that can be very serious, especially if you're in the manufacturing industry. When was the last time your broker brought a business income worksheet to you to fill out to identify whether you have the right business income limits? If you are running a manufacturing facility and you're running in between 20 million to 100 million in revenue a year, you definitely want to be reviewing your business income on a regular basis, because it will affect your business financially if there's a loss. And you want to make sure that you have enough business income to keep you going while maybe you're under construction or moving to a new facility or moving equipment or expediting equipment to the new facility, whatever it takes, but you want to make sure that you have the proper business income in place. So these are a few questions that I definitely think you should be asking your broker at renewal, just to keep them on their toes and to also make sure that you're adequately covered. And I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you, and have an awesome day.